Oh my gosh, what's up, guys? Recording in progress.
Hi.
All right. Stripes and Coffee back at it. Week 3. So how you guys feeling?
Mm, better than the week before.
Mm,
Miffed still, but overall better. And I'm excited for tomorrow.
agreed. What do you
Yeah,
think?
same. Yeah, I'm ready for tomorrow to come. So I wish we was playing tonight, but yeah, I'm ready. I feel like we're gonna easily win because how we played last week. We just got to keep that same momentum with T. Higgins coming back. We should
Mhm.
be good, honestly. It should be a good game for us.
No, I agree. I mean, we gotta win it, right? I mean, we gotta beat these type of teams.
Hmm.
Exactly. Yes. Yes, Steph. We got to
Mhm.
beat them. We have to, man. If we
Mhm.
drop this with the stretch of games we got coming up, it's just not gonna be good for us.
It's not gonna
It's
get
just digging
easier.
a
And it's like
hole
we
for us.
almost if we can't beat we dropped one easy win, but we can come back from that as long as we get through this next stretch and then we maybe beat the Ravens or whatever. I mean, if we get to there, then we're 3-2, right? Because that's the next 3 games we got. We got Washington,
Carolina and
Carolina,
then
and then the
Baltimore.
Ravens.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Um, we could be in a good spot, except the Steelers are 3-0. So that sort of sucks. But I don't expect they're going to be like a 12-win team. I mean, their defense is good, but you know, I mean, I guess they put up 20 today, but that's all you're really worried about. If you can put up 25 plus against them, you're good. Or probably if you can put up over 20 against them, you're probably good. I don't really see they're a 14 to 21 point type of team, maybe 24. They might have a couple of those games where my opinion, I don't know, but they're built around their defense. So they need to really
Yeah.
hold their opponents under 20. So,
Yeah. So I think this game's really important because, we probably should have beat the Patriots, but I do think that their defense, I think they might have been a bit underrated by everybody. So
mhm.
I don't know that it was as much of a cakewalk as people were thinking. So for this game, I think it is more like that. I don't think that the Commanders are particularly good. Like I don't really know what even any of their strengths are. It doesn't seem like they're kind of, I would say, probably a bad team. So
Yeah.
with
And
no
I have
week
not
one
looked up
weirdness.
about
So
what they got special about him myself either. So
yeah.
um, I didn't really do any like research or reading into anything because like this week it's like got to break it down to the basics. We just got to get a win. We got to get back to playing Bengals football, which I think we 90% did. Just clean up some of the mistakes and a couple of more of those trips and put it in the end zone. And that's all we really need to do. So it's like I'm not talking about this matchup, that matchup, blah, blah, blah. But I do
Yeah.
know the Commanders have Dan Quinn as their head coach, so they're going to be defensive minded. I'm not sure how they looked on defense, but I would think that would be their main approach. And Jaden Daniels, I don't think he started the first 2 games, but he's going to start this one. So are we going to have that like brand new quarterback curse that the Bengals have had?
Mhm.
I'm not sure if that's as bad with Lou Anarumu, but a couple times we did get bit, it seemed like. But
I mean, there was the Mike White game.
the Mike White game, yeah,
That was
it's going to be something like that. That's the kind of the Jaden Daniels is just the unknown. What if he comes out? He's amazing, whatever. Um,
I
we've
will
seen
say
enough
our
of Lamar Jackson, and I think he's like a Lamar Jackson type. He can do a lot with his legs, and he's going to try to throw it a few times, but just that scary in the pocket type of guy, quarterback. So, that
Yeah.
we're used to that. So, I don't know what you guys think or what you know about the Commanders, but
yeah, no, I mean I would trust our defense even if
mm,
he is really good. We don't know. I guess not knowing what he's going to be like could make it difficult, but I know we're really good at making adjustments and we're really good at quarterbacks, dealing with quarterbacks like that, you
yep,
know. So if that's what he ends up being, he ends up being good. I think that we'll be able to, you know, maybe we'd have to feel him out a bit, but I could see us making, some good halftime adjustments if he
for
comes out
sure.
and plays amazing. And he might come out and not play amazing, and then that might not matter.
Very, very true. Now, on the defensive side, I feel for us, I feel like the Lou magic is back, at least from the backfield. We're dinged up on the defensive line, and that was already kind of like, what's this going to be anyway? So BJ Hill, I think, is doubtful or at least questionable. I'm not sure what his status was at this
Out. He's
point.
out.
He's out for
Mm.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it's questionable.
So I know we picked up that new guy. Dang, you remember his name?
Lawrence Guy.
Lawrence Guy. There you go. I don't know much about him, but they obviously
Oh,
we
yeah.
needed to get something there. Chris Jenkins just looks like he's going to be back. He's
Yeah, they say he's playing with the
probable, I
club.
think. So yeah, they put like his hands in a club, so he's going to try playing with that. And he said that he's played with it before, no big deal. So, um, we'll see. But that's good that we get that back. No McKinley Jackson still. We get T Higgins back. That's on the offensive side, but Amarius Mims looks like he's going to play. So some things are trending in the right direction. So I feel defensively, I don't know. It felt like we were in lockdown mode on the back end, man. They were just really linebackers flying to the ball. I sent you guys that tweet where they were in the top 5, Jermaine Pratt and Logan Wilson for tackles for
Yeah,
linebackers.
two,
Well,
two,
24.
yeah, we got 2 of the top 5 tacklers in the NFL. So I suspected that would be the case if we get the back end cleaned up where they don't have to like think too much and try to cover for the mistakes at the back end. They can just like, they're going to get it done. We're going to do our job and, clean it up, like don't let them, get to the 3rd level or whatever. So
yeah, that's what you had pointed out last year. And yeah, so I think that's kind of come to true. Like a lot of people were down on them and it was like, they played amazing, even if they actually did have a down year, that happens, but it's also like, that doesn't even seem like that was accurate. I don't think they had a down year. I think they had to make up for
yeah,
mistakes in other
it was a
places.
down year stat wise, but it wasn't like they just didn't have a good year. It just, what was happening in the defense as a whole didn't allow them to do what they did well.
Yeah,
So,
and now we see it again. So they're back to what they were able to do and doing it very well.
so there again, defensive line beat up, shaky, got some, Chris Jenkins coming back, which really is helpful with, that being banged up like it is, especially with BJ Hill out. If we don't let Jaden Daniels go nuts running the ball, or if they just don't run the ball, if we don't let them run all over us, we should be good on that side. Now they did run good against us with Kansas City, but I don't hold that to them because that's what they gave. They was not going to let Patrick Mahomes throw all over the field. So go ahead and run. If you notice, all their things were just like slow, methodical run, short pass, and we just didn't get beat deep. And every time he took a shot, we just took the damn ball away. So,
And prevented them from scoring when they did
yeah.
get
So
down
I don't
there.
look at that like quote unquote poor run defense game as a poor run defense game. It was like we gave them the run all day long. So if that keeps happening, okay, it's a problem. But
Yeah,
look at that as more of a that's what we chose to give up type of game.
exactly.
And it worked, to be honest, in my opinion. Just we were freaking a gorilla nipple hair away from freaking winning that game.
Yeah, that's part of why it was a better game because I liked what we saw. And I think overall we were the better team that day in terms of how we played. It was just,
I think we outplayed them overall,
yeah,
just Brohead. I guess I don't know if we can call it Brohead right now. Just will let it be Arrowhead for the time being. But it can come back, man. If we can get that close, nobody plays them like that there. Nobody plays that team like we do. And, Mahomes, I don't know. He just like plays like shit against us a lot of the time. Not every game, but, he did not win that game for me. I think it was more the defense. And he did enough to win. He was making some of the right decisions as far as like taking what the defense gave him, but he did not light that game up. And that last pass, it was pass interference, but that was basically just a Hail Mary. He just 4th and 16, he just chucked it towards somebody and just a better play on the ball, then they lose that game. Just that simple.
yep. So that's why I feel like that team. I think that team is the one that's going to come out because I think that's what it almost boils down to. If that team comes out, I don't see why we wouldn't win. It's just somebody else shows up. If the Bengals show up, whoever comes out week 1, if they come out, then that's a different story. But that seems to be tied for whatever reason. I don't know why we are that way. I don't know. That's, I guess a question for next year, but I would say that doesn't stay. That's that first week. It's almost just write that in as a loss. And then
Well,
we'll
I did
become
see
the
a
team.
stat. Yeah, is the first 2 weeks, Joe Burrow's stats are not good. So it's like, but he played pretty good this last week. Other than that fumble, he more or less had a clean game and a good and efficient game. But it should get even better. It's week 1 and 2, not good Joe Burrow. And and then he starts lighting it up and then gets even better as the season rolls on. So
I guess if we didn't like him, we would call him Joe Butthole. That'd be our bad name for him,
Joe
like we
Butthole.
have for everyone else. That's who he is in weeks 1 and
Oh,
2.
oh, butthole. But no, he's not. He's Joe Shiesty, man. And
Yeah, that's who's gonna come out tomorrow, I think.
we got Shiesty. Yeah, prime time, not divisional, especially home game. Yeah, it's gonna be epic. So you got anything else to say about that, Josh?
I saw a video clip on that pass interference
Mhm.
at the end of the play. The ref was about to throw the flag on that hold for Trey Hendrickson too. That
Yeah.
rubbed me the wrong way when I seen that.
Yeah, there's a lot of
You
playing with
know,
that where yeah, there was a couple holds they showed there that like probably should have been thrown, but they probably let those slide. Nah, Hail Mary situation, and they're only sent 3 or whatever. Now they should have shedded those blocks. They were single covered, so you know,
hmm
I don't know, but still, it's they can do fouls. I don't know. It just
It does feel like with Kansas
sometimes it
City,
doesn't feel very balanced. I try not to be very like the refs, but
it's kind
it
of bad with
always
that.
feels like it goes their way somehow. Even if it shouldn't. And a lot of times it's the right call, but I don't know.
Yeah, yeah,
Just and just due to our snake bittenness, it's just always the coin will flip more often, not in our favor. It feels like I don't know.
Yeah.
We get bailed out once in a while, it happens, but anyway,
agreed.
as last week, um, we talked a little bit about the game this week. Like we just really need to get back to being Bengals and do some of that primetime magical shit. Now, I just want to talk a couple minutes before we wrap this up about the next few weeks, like what we can look like and should look like. So, Commanders, Panthers, Ravens.
Mhm.
So, Ravens play Dallas soon. So, I'm going to watch that game with Celeste, and
Wait, today.
yep,
Go
yep.
Cowboys today for
Yeah,
sure.
go Cowboys, man. So if they go 0-3 and we go 1-2, we get a game up on them. Steelers, like I said, down the stretch, I don't think I'm worried about them. Hell, maybe they'll just be so good defense and they'll just keep winning. I don't know.
I mean, you do know Mike Tomlin is a master of
He
making
squeezes a lot of juice out of the team. Like he'll always squeeze 1, 2, or 3 wins out of the season that they should have no business getting. So
hmm
he'll turn like a 7-win team into a 10-win team, that type. So,
Mhm.
but they're just if they win the division, something went horribly wrong. If it's not the Bengals or Ravens, in my opinion. So, at any
Yeah.
rate,
Oh,
2 winnable games for us. We get that, and then we play the Ravens and beat them. We could be setting ourselves up for the driver's seat, even if we're behind the Steelers, which we play them a couple games. So if we could sweep them later down the road, which is doable because we play them when we're hot.
That's
We're a
true.
November, December team, so
hmm
and their defense. I think it's a great time to play them. So that should
mhm.
set up to be something great as long as we keep that train rolling. So I don't know what we look at after that, but that's kind of like our short term. Get through September 2-2, and then get that first October game against a
Yeah.
division rival. Get a
Mhm.
game up on the Ravens and
Oh yeah, and I think it's pretty important. It's good we don't play a divisional opponent until we play the Ravens there. I guess that's week 5. It
5.
feels like by October we really like, as you said, we're a November, December team, that time even a January team, but I would say every month gets better. So since we don't play our first divisional opponent until October, I think that does, as you said, help put us in the driver's seat. I think
Yeah,
by then we should be more, and each week I feel like we'll become more and more who we're
for sure.
supposed to be or should be.
Yeah, usually by mid-October we've had at least a couple divisional games. Now we've only got one, and then we don't have another one forever. So it feels like
Mhm.
so. Everything's still right in front of us. The sky's not falling, but we got a little bit of like that flashing urgency, like
It can't
pull the
get a
trigger
bigger
fast.
hole.
We gotta get the wins in. So starting
Mhm.
here, I'm super confident that we're going to win this game. And I guess if we don't, we deserve everything that we get for the rest of the season. So
Agreed. Yep.
Yeah. We don't have the week 1 to write it off. And since it's a primetime game, normally in a different era, we might have been like, oh, but this team seems to thrive in that kind of environment. They almost play better, I feel like,
yeah. Some of the divisional games have been iffy, but some of them have been really close, even if we've lost them. But non-divisional games, we've just like cleaned house. So,
yeah.
um, and either just like this crazy game, like, wow, look at that, or like,
Mhm.
close, and we have a couple moments like, oh, shiesty. So
Yeah, I know it was the game that never was versus the Bills. We'll never know what happened, but I felt like that one was going to be
and the
like
way we
that.
started, I don't know, man.
So
Just
that's the kind of team that I think will come out. That's what I predict who will show up tomorrow. And so if that team comes out, I think
what
we're
I'm
the better team
expecting to.
on.
Something very close to that. Like we're still maybe a couple of early season mistakes, but
Mhm,
looking like 90% of what the full November, December product will be. That's what I think.
mhm,
And that's
mhm,
very encouraging after last week, where I feel
mhm,
like we kind of got closer to that form a little quicker. So,
mhm.
maybe that's with a full preseason, with Joe, so maybe he
Yeah,
needs to play a couple more. I don't know. You don't
yeah.
want to hurt the guy, but
Just sit him out the first game and or something. And
yeah, yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Jake. Let Jake Browning play week 1.
No, because then his first game will be week 2, and yeah, he needs to
Oh,
just
that's true. Okay. So we just have to write week 1 off as a
needs to play
loss.
the last preseason game all game. You
Yeah.
know, yeah. All right. They want to wrap this up. Zoom is squawking at me saying, "Hey, butthole, this is the free plan, buddy. You can't just record all day long." So, and
Yeah.
yeah, Celeste just pointed out though the Browns lost. So
Yay.
Yes.
Browns
Yes.
lost, and Ravens, if they can go, like, man, my goal is like to make this the shittiest division in football, and then we'll heat up, and then get some of this fake Steelers are good type of thing, and then they'll collapse later on down the year when the other teams catch up and start playing good football, and
And then we'll sweep them
they'll
and
run away with it. Then the Bengals run the North as it should
Yep.
be.
Yep.
All right, I'll wrap this up. Um, give y'all like a final who day.
hooray.
We can chat a couple more minutes, but I am going to hit the stop button for this, and we'll get it posted here pretty soon. So, stripes and coffee, we're out, man. Excited for a Monday night football game, and I don't know if I said it in the video, but I'm going to a Green Day concert on Monday, which I'm bummed that I missed the game. Like that had to be the damn like I do like I have a plan like maybe 2 or 3 Mondays out of 52. And
And
that
this
has
is
to be the
easy.
one where the Monday Night Football lines up with the one plan that I have. So I'm still excited for the concert. I think I decided I didn't know if I was going to maybe watch some of it and then catch the rest of it later when I could. But I think I'm just going to put my phone in airplane mode, go radio silent, record it, get home, pretend it's Monday, maybe drink beer at noon or something.
Yes, sir.
Like it's Monday night, I swear, shut all the blinds and
It's so dark.
it's dark, it's Monday night, all right. And then watch it and while everybody else is like having their hangover from Monday Night Football, I'll just be
And you can text us like you
I'll
can
think,
text us.
oh my God, you know T Higgins. You're like, damn it, I know, man.
I know what happened.
So all right, shutting down, guys, or at least the recording.